The man who didn't wash his dishes. The man who didn't wash his dishes. Ouch, Karina. Gentle. There once was a man who lived all alone in a little house at the edge of town. He didn't have any wife or children, so he always cooked his own supper, cleaned the house by himself, and made his own bed. See his tiny house on the edge of town? One night, he came home hungrier than usual. He made himself a big supper. It was a very good supper. He liked to cook and he could make good things to eat. But there was so much of it that he grew very tired. By the time he'd finished, he just sat back in his chair, as full as he could be, and decided he'd leave the dishes in the sink till the next night, and then he would wash them all at once. But the next night he was twice as hungry, and he cooked twice as big of a supper, and twice as long to eat it, and was twice as tired by the time he'd finished. So he left those dishes in the sink too. Well, as the days went by, he got hungrier and hungrier, and more tired, and so he never washed his dishes. After a while, there were so many dirty dishes that they didn't all fit in the sink. So he began to pile them on the table. Soon the table was so full that he began to put them on his bookshelf. And when they were full, he put them just everywhere he could find an empty space. Soon he put them piled in the front too. On the floor too, in front of the... in fact, the floor was so full of dishes, he had a hard time getting into his house at night. They were even piled against the door. Then one night he looked in the closet and he found that there wasn't... Oh, what's wrong? Rock-a-bye carrying on the treetops. Then one night he looked in the closet and found that there wasn't one clean dish left, so he was hungry enough to eat out of anything. So he ate out of the soap dish from the bathroom. It was too dirty for him to use again the next night, so he used his ashtrays. Pretty soon he had used up all the ashtrays. Then he ate out of the clean flower pots he found down in the cellar. When they were all used up, he ate out of the candy dishes and drank water from the vases. Then finally he used up everything, even the pots he cooked his food in. He didn't know what to do. He was so unhappy. His whole house was full of dirty dishes and dirty flower pots and dirty ashtrays and dirty candy dishes and dirty pots and dirty soap dish, and he couldn't find his books or his alarm clock or even his bed anymore. He couldn't sit down to think because even his chairs were filled up with dishes, and he couldn't find the sink so he could wash them. So what is he to do? I don't know. But then all of a sudden it began to rain, and the man got an idea. Aha! He drove his big truck around the side of the house and piled all the dishes on it, and all the vases, all the flower pots, and all the ashtrays, and all the candy dishes, and the soap dish, and he drove the truck into the rain. The rain fell on everything, and soon all the things were clean again. The rain had washed them. Then the rain carried everything back. Oh, then the man carried everything back into the house. He put the dishes in the dish closet, the pots in the pot closet, the ashtrays on the tables, the candy dishes on the shelves, the flower pots in the cellar, and the vases in their places, and the soap dish in the bathroom. He was so very, very tired after carrying everything back and putting it away, and he decided from then on he would always wash his dishes just as soon as he had finished his supper. It's a good idea, Korean, to wash your dishes as soon as you finish. The next night, when he came home and he cooked his supper, and when he had finished eating it, he washed his dishes and put them right away. And he did this every night after that. The man is so very happy now. He could find his chairs, and he could find his alarm clock, and he could even find his bed. It is easy for him to to get into his house too, because there are no dishes piled up in the on the floor anymore. Or anywhere. That's the man who didn't wash his dishes. Want to do this one? Mama, how long will you love me? Want to lay down, Karina? Mama, how long will you love me? In a brambly forest, Sammy asked, "How long will you be my mother?" "Always," said Mama. Underneath a big old elm, Sammy asked, "Mama, how long will you love me?" "Always," Mama smiled. "How long is always?" Sammy asked. "Miles and miles forever," said Mama. "As high as a giant tree." "As magical as a starry night." "As soft as a cloudy day." "As slow as a sleepy noon." "As tricky as an autumn mist." "As light as a pink balloon." "As fresh as a summer shower." Oh, baby. Oh, baby. "As gentle as a springtime wing." "As secret as a birthday wish." "As far as the milky moon." What's wrong, Angel? "As deep as the deep blue sea." "As quiet as a falling star." "As warm as a bedtime snuggle." "As sweet as a honey's kiss." "As precious as you and me." "Will it always be you and me?" asked Sammy. "Miles and miles forever," whispered Mama. Alright, Karina Bean, it's time for bed. You have your rock to sleep tonight. You see yourself in the mirror or in the reflection. You see yourself. I do. Alright. Bedtime stories. Want to do that one? Treasury of Bedtime Stories. We have a couple of these books, a couple different ones. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Well, they come to bed. There once was a family of 3 bears. There was a great big Papa Bear. Okay. What's wrong, Angel? A middle-sized mama bear and a wee little baby bear. The 3 bears lived in a cozy little house right in the middle of the forest. The 3 bears always started each day in the very same way. First they washed their faces and paws with sparkling fresh water and sweet-smelling soap. Then they made their beds and fluffed their feather pillows. After they were dressed for the day, they went downstairs for a nice breakfast of delicious porridge. One bright morning, Mama Bear cooked the porridge and called her family for breakfast. Just as she did every day, rain or shine. She spooned the porridge into the 3 bowls and they all sat down to eat. "It's too hot," complained Baby Bear, tasting the porridge in his wee little bowl. "We must let the porridge cool for a little while," agreed Papa Bear and Mama Bear after they tasted the porridge in their bowls. The 3 bears decided to go for a long walk while their hot breakfast cooled. Mama Bear took her basket in case they happened to find some ripe blackberries to put on top of their porridge. Now, it just so happened that a little girl named Goldilocks was out walking in the woods that morning all by herself. She had been walking since quite early and was feeling rather tired. She was hungry as well because she had left her house without eating breakfast. When Goldilocks saw the bear's little house, she thought it was the perfect place to rest. Goldilocks marched up to the front door and knocked, but there was no answer. Oh, what are you doing? Alright, I think story time might be over. Story time? You have to go potty? Is that what's the matter? The bears were still out taking their walk, so Goldilocks just let herself in. Raina, don't bite me. Goldilocks saw the 3 bowls of porridge. Her mouth started to water and her stomach started to rumble at once. Oh, my baby. What is wrong? That's it for story time tonight. We'll finish this story tomorrow.